Hey everyone, it's moetechreviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at the AW2725DF. This is an unboxing and a first impressions of this monitor. It's a QD OLED gaming monitor, comes in with a QHD resolution, 360Hz refresh rate, as well as a 0.03 millisecond response time. So it's blistering fast, and with it being an OLED, it's going to have great color reproduction. So this is my first OLED. I'm super excited to have this monitor here. So yeah, let's take a look and see what comes inside the box. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this box. So first thing here is the back panel cover for the monitor. This is going to cover your cables once you have all of that set up. And it's finished in the same nice matte black color. Next up, inside this little box here, you're going to have some safety manuals and an Alienware logo sticker. Next up here is a cleaning cloth for your screen. This is very similar to eyeglasses cleaner cloth. And this is the base for the monitor. This is the new design with the hexagonal shape that's much smaller than the previous Alienware designs. All right, now next up, let's get this monitor arm opened up here. This year's design is much slimmer than last year's design. So you're gonna get a much more sleek monitor arm and base. And this doesn't have any LED lights anymore. So you're just saving on weight and space. In my opinion, looks a lot better. And it's finished in this matte black here as well. Just like with most monitors, to install the base onto the arm, just snap it on and tighten the thumb screw you have here. And now just simply click the arm into the back of the monitor and you're good to go. The one thing to mention here is that Alienware actually revised this packaging. I read a lot about, in the beginning, this was being shipped without a protective layer between the bubble wrap and the screen. So there was a lot of micro scratches on the screen. But you can see here with this protective layer, this hopefully resolved this issue. But I'll do a flashlight check on this screen just to check for any micro scratches as well. Now let's go through the design of the monitor on the back here. So you get this really nice matte black finish, which is going to go really well if you have an all black setup like I do. You have the Alienware logo on the 27 here. These two are LED zones, so this is going to light up once you have it plugged in, and you can control that within the OSD as well. Then in terms of ports, you get 2 display ports. So this is going to support your full 360Hz refresh rate. You get a HDMI 2.1. So that will work really well with your console gamers. If you want to plug in a PS5 or Xbox, you can get your full 120Hz and QHD resolution. Now on this side, you have the USB dock that you can use for your peripherals, and you have your power plug-in as well. And at the bottom, you actually have a USB-A and a USB-C to charge your peripherals. Now with the stand, I really like the new design. With my previous monitor, the stand was so big it took up half the desk. So you really have to put that one on a monitor arm. But with this new design, it's super sleek. And I think it's not going to take up that much space on your desk. So props for this redesign. Now let's turn this around and take a look at the screen. So I've set up the monitor on my desk and I thought I'd first try it with a few games of Valorant. I've picked up this game recently and I've been really enjoying it. And I thought it would be the perfect candidate for this type of monitor because I get over 330 frames per second quite easily with my setup. And let me tell you, this is definitely the best display I've ever had. The colors in game are just brilliant, and the darks are perfect. I can definitely notice a small upgrade in smoothness as well with the 360Hz, and as a first impression here, I'm blown away. I enjoyed this game quite a bit more just because of how beautiful this all looked. Now if you're on console, as I mentioned earlier, this has HDMI 2.1, so I connected it to my PS5 here, and as you can see, it's fully compatible at 1440p and 120Hz. I also went ahead and tried a couple games on the PS5. So first we tried Gran Turismo 5. And again here, this looks really nice. It's very smooth. All the colors are really nice and pop really well on the screen. And you can see the darks on the car, on the black car, as well as in the tunnels look really nice. And I have to say, this camera does not do this monitor justice. In real life, the colors are very accurate and crisp, just like you'd expect from an OLED. I also launched Assassin's Creed here and I tried it out for a bit. The colors again look very nice. This is an open world game, so there's a lot of opportunity to display what this screen is capable of. And I thought it did really well in this game as well. Now let's take a look at some of these black backgrounds I have here, and you'll see what I'm talking about right away. These just look incredible. I literally would not know if this monitor is turned on or off if I had passed by it and I had a solid black background on it. Now, taking an initial look at some of the settings within the OSD, you have the panel health circle at the top there. It's showing green for me right now. That just means that I haven't used the monitor accumulatively for 4 hours. And when that happens, it will either do a panel refresh when the monitor goes to standby mode, or if you press the power button yourself, it will do the panel refresh then. So this is just one of the methods that this monitor does to mitigate burn-in. Another thing that I wanted to mention here is that there are these black bars that show up at the bottom, top, or even the sides of the monitor. Don't be alarmed if you see these bars. This is basically the pixel shift feature within the monitor. This is a burn-in mitigation method that they use. It basically shifts the picture very, very slightly over time. So you'll see these bars shift location. And this is just a burn-in mitigation method here. Now taking a look at the rest of the settings here, you have multiple preset modes. You can change the brightness and the contrast easily within the OSD. The input source can be changed automatically as well. So that's a nice quality of life feature that I didn't have on my previous Alienware. So I'm glad to see it here. So if I plug in my laptop, it'll just automatically change like most monitors do. But for some reason, my older Alienware didn't do that. So yeah, happy to see that feature here. You also have picture-in-picture mode. So if you have two PCs hooked up to this, you can have two pictures displayed at the same time, which is pretty cool. And then you also can change the sort of lighting that you have within the Alienware FX lighting. So that will just change the lighting zones on the back of the monitor. All right, to wrap this video up, I'm really impressed by this monitor, and I really look forward to using it a lot more over the next couple of weeks, after which I'll do my full in-depth review of this display. Just to give you an idea of how I use this display, I work full-time from home. I also edit my videos and I play games. So this is going to be a very heavily used monitor. I'll go more in depth in my next video on how I mitigate burn-in and the little things that I do to try to delay that as much as possible. But this does come with a 3-year warranty, including burn-in. So you have that peace of mind with it as well. I plan to use this in depth and to use it heavily because I do really enjoy this display. So yeah, I'll come back with my full review, tell you everything that I think about it. And in the future, I also plan to do updates in terms of burn-in and test the display over time, just to show you how this OLED display fares over a longer period of time. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel out. And I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video.